Yo YouTube, what's up? I'm Tim, and this is a Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report. So, a blast from the past move today. Johnny Damon could be heading back to the Boston Red Sox. Boston claimed him on waivers today. Now, he still has to say either I want to go back to Boston or I don't, and I want to stay in Detroit for the rest of the season, maybe work out an extension with the Tigers, which in my mind would make more sense. You know, in Johnny Damon going back to Boston, I don't really see what's in it for any of them that would make the Red Sox want to do it, the Tigers want to do it, or Johnny Damon want to do it. And in the end, Johnny Damon's got to say yes. And I just don't see why he would go back to Boston. Boston is not going to win the division. They're not going to win the wild card, so they're not going to be in the playoffs. Johnny Damon said the other day, according to MLBTradeRumors.com, that he would like to stay in Boston, or in Detroit rather. So leaving to go to another team when you have that choice really doesn't make a ton of sense. And for Boston, what's in it for them? They're batting 270 with 11, or he's batting 270 with 11 home runs. You're not getting the same Johnny Damon caveman lookalike that went to the Yankees in like '06. You're not. I mean, Johnny Damon is still a good player, but you're getting a 37-year-old Johnny Damon who isn't the same player that left. So for Boston, why does it make sense? For Detroit, again, he's batting only 270 with 11 home runs. His deal's up at the end of the year, and Boston could probably convince you that they only want him for symbolic reasons because they feel like the season's over and they want to keep filling up those stands every night. So you're not going to get much for him. And Johnny Damon, those numbers are good, so you could still try and work out an extension with him. I just don't see why this is a good move for any of the three. I loved to watch Johnny Damon with the Red Sox. He was a fun guy. That beard was just fun to watch. The long hair, he looked like a Geico caveman. When he went to the Yankees, he looked like a fruitcake, and still does, I think, with the Tigers. Why he doesn't grow that back now is beyond me. And as far as going back to Boston, what's going to be different? Well, he's not going to be the center fielder, and he's going to be over in left field. Now, normally you would say, okay, left field's easier. But in Boston, left field is the hardest position on the field because you got to deal with how the ball is going to deflect off the green monster. And trust me, that is, as Manny Ramirez found out for 10 years there, it is not an easy thing to learn. You can learn it, but it seems like a lot to learn for a few months when, next year, technically, they could bring him back. They have J.D. Drew locked up next year, which they wish they probably didn't, but they do. So he's probably going to be the right fielder. Mike Cameron's a free agent, so Jacoby Ellsbury will be in center field. Jason Worth is a guy I've heard they may go after, but, if they get to the point where they need another outfielder, yeah, I guess Johnny Damon could be the guy. But I just don't think it's very likely that he's going to be there past these couple months, and that it isn't just a move to say, you know what, Johnny, we didn't like that you left, we wanted you to stay here, so we're going to bring you back for these couple months. You're not a Yankee anymore, we want to get you back in with the fan base because we really liked you. I don't know. Johnny Damon there was tremendous, but Johnny Damon now is just good. He's still fun to watch, but I just don't think the Red Sox get it the way the Yankees get it with the money. You can build through your farm system to a level, but in the end you need a power bat in that lineup. And the Red Sox have just gone to the point where they just go after pitching and pitching and pitching and just get good players through free agency now and just try and build up through their farm system. And coming into this season, they lost Jason Bay, who was their best hitter. I still didn't think with him in that lineup they were a World Series contender, because I don't look at Jason Bay and think, this guy's a tremendous power hitter, the way Manny Ramirez was. And while David Ortiz has revitalized his career, the Red Sox don't get that you need a power hitter in the lineup to be a World Series contender. Look at all the teams that are contenders. They have one. The Yankees have A-Rod and Teixeira. The Phillies have Howard. Those are the two teams that won the World Series last year. The Rays, have Longoria, who's a great hitter. I guess he wouldn't be considered a power hitter. They also have Crawford, who wouldn't be considered a power hitter. But they may go get Manny, who still can hit for some power. Maybe not 40 home run power, but still can hit for power. So, I think doing this for the Red Sox just doesn't make sense. It's going back to a time that was great, yes, but I think it would be putting the organization in the wrong direction to bring in Johnny Damon and keep him next year and try and get back to the 04 when we were winning World Series, because you don't have the same type of team. And the Red Sox need to go out and sign a big bat or two this offseason. I mean, there is one thing to keep an eye on. While they need another bat to play left field, David Ortiz also has a club option for a ton of money. It's possible that they say, you know what, even if David's here, we can't contend, and he's not going to put up better numbers than last year. So we're going to let him walk and try and move on, which they could do. And David may say, you picked up my option, I want more years tacked on, and they may say, you know what, that doesn't make sense for us. So the Red Sox need to pick what they're doing, and I think they just need to move on and not go after Johnny Damon, because I don't think Johnny Damon has enough left that right now he's going to come in there and make the Red Sox a playoff team. So if he's not going to make you a playoff team this year, which would really be what the move would mean, what most waiver moves are, then why are you going after him? Because you can get him in free agency this year. If that's what you want, then go get him in free agency this year. But it doesn't make sense to pick up $4 million when you sell out every night anyway, to go out and... The Red Sox just don't have a thing right now where they need another player. The Red Sox are done for this year. In any other division, no, they wouldn't be done, but the injuries have killed them. Kevin Youkilis, Dustin Pedroia, you name it, all those players have been injured. And John Lackey hasn't worked out like a certain guy named Tim that I know predicted prior to this season. But the Red Sox need to look in the mirror this offseason and say, you know, we have good pitching, but we need to go get some hitters. So that may mean trading a John Lester or someone to go get another good, solid hitter. But the Red Sox need to do it, and that's the bottom line there. I'm Tim. I'll catch you guys later.